Good morning, Mighty Mustang. Please be standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stay standing for the Jammin' Minute.
Today we're going to start with mountain climbers. You're going to pretend you're climbing up an icy, cold, big mountain and you want to reach the top. So you're going to reach up with your arms and your legs. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next, we're going to pretend we're throwing snowballs. Next, we're going to pretend we're throwing snowballs. So for the count of 10, you're going to throw with one arm, and then we're going to switch and throw with the other. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You may be seated. Today is Monday, January 9th, and it is an A-Day.
We had some birthdays over the weekend. Terrell Newsom, Shavir Olstenker, Elijah Streeter. If you see any of them, wish them a happy birthday.
What do you call nice ghosts on a cold January night?
I don't know what.
Casper.
This is a reminder that iReady testing starts this week. When you're in the halls, please keep voices down because students will be testing throughout the day. Also, it is important that you try your hardest on this so that your instructional learning paths will be right for you and not too easy and not too hard. Talk with your teachers about your stretch growth that you should be meeting on this diagnostic.
Make sure you read for 30 minutes each night and always be mighty.
Welcome back, Mighty Mustangs, and happy 2023. The new year gives us a great opportunity for a fresh start. That is why we are implementing our PBIS reboot. What this means is that we are going to be doing our PBIS, like our Mighty Mustang tickets and our Golden Horseshoes, even more than we did at the beginning of the year, letting you have opportunities to earn more tickets and more Golden Horseshoes and more opportunities to celebrate your great behavior. In addition, we are going to be implementing 3 new school-wide procedures. So these procedures will be used for kindergarten through 6th grade, in classrooms, in specials, as well as the cafeteria, and everywhere you go in our school building throughout our school day. This next week and the following week, you should see some changes happening throughout the school. One of which is that you'll have 3 new posters in your classroom. They are the following. First, we have our voice levels poster. This will be hung in all classrooms, in specials rooms, in the cafeteria, and it lets us know what volume our voices should be at, depending on what our teachers and adults around us tell us. In this video, you will be shown some examples of what these voice levels look like from real students from our school. Throughout this week, your teachers will teach you what each level should look like, and you will practice them in your classes. The one voice level I do want to highlight today is our level 0. When we are at level 0, our voices are off, and we should be looking at the adult that got our attention. They may get our attention by doing a clap or by doing a call and response, and then they will follow that up by putting their finger over their lips like they're saying shh, and they will put their other hand in the air. When this happens, you should be looking at them and also put your finger over your lip like you're saying shh, and your other hand in the air. Teachers, if you could demonstrate this for your class right now. And students, if you could copy them. Let's watch and see some examples of each of these voice levels.
Okay, so it's time to get to work. I have some friends that are on their Chromebooks working on iReady. I have other friends that are catching up on some work they need to do. And I have other friends that are working in small groups on their writing project. So who can raise their hand and tell me what our noise level should be in here? Tajmir? Level 2 partner voices. So your partner should be able to hear you, but you are not screaming. Our voices aren't getting too loud. The people that are around you should only hear a little bit of noise. They should still be able to concentrate. All right, I need everyone to close their books and their computers. Put your pencils at the top of your desk. We are going to do some sharing out of our writing pieces. So when it is your turn to come up to the front, who can tell me what our voice level is going to be as the person sitting in the seats? Diana? Our voice level is 0 and our voices are off. We are in active listening. When you're the person coming up to the front of the room, where should your voice level be to share with the group? Nina? 3. You want your group voice on. You want to talk nice and loud so everyone in the class can hear you. So I'm going to move our sticker down to 0 to remind the majority of us that we are at 0 noise. Annabelle, why don't you come up and read us your story?
My favorite food is grapes because it has a lot of juice.
Today, before we start our science lesson, when we're going to be learning about some animals, I want to start with a turn and talk about our favorite animals. But before we do that, I want to go over what our voice level should be at when we're doing a turn and talk. Who can raise their hand and tell me? Omar?
A level 1 whisper voice.
A level 1 whisper voice. And that's because there's a lot of us here on the carpet. If we use our partner voice, that's going to be too loud because we're all so close. So we're going to talk in a whisper so that our partner can hear us, but no one else can really talk or hear us too loud. So when I say go, you're going to turn your body, face your partner so that you're knee to knee. Tell them what your favorite animal is and why. Ready? Go. Thank you. We're getting a little loud in the cafeteria today. Remember that we are at volume 3. Our voice levels are at a 3. Just enough so the people right next to us can hear us, not that the whole cafeteria can hear us. All right, you have 5 minutes left. All right, Miss Millie's class, it's time for you to line up. So 1, please get ready. 2, stand up. 3, line up at the door.
Our next poster that you'll see in your classroom and around the building is our 1, 2, 3 procedure poster. This procedure is used when we are transitioning out of the classroom, out of a specials room. It can even be used when in the classroom when transitioning from one group to another, like if you're going from your seat to the carpet, or if you are in rotations and you're moving from one rotation to another. Once it's time for a transition, an adult will get your attention by clapping or doing a call and response. Then they will do the zero noise signal and you should follow. The adult will give you direction for what get ready should look like. Then they'll say, 1, get ready. Follow the directions that you were given. Once they are completed, you should be in active listening looking at the adult. Once everyone has completed that and is looking at the adult, they'll say 2, stand up. If you're in a chair, you're going to stand up, push the chair in, and stand behind the chair. If you're sitting on the floor or carpet, you're going to just stand straight up in your spot. Once everyone is there and in active listening, they will say 3, move. Follow directions for where you should move to, either into line order or to your next rotation. Let's watch an example of what that should look like. We are going to get ready for specials right now. I should have all eyes on me. Awesome. 1, get ready. 2, stand up. 3, move into line order. Thank you. Last is our active listening poster. Active listening is what we do when we are listening to our teacher, a classmate, an adult, when they are speaking to us. This can be during a lesson or any other time, and these will be talked about in your classrooms by your teachers and practiced through the next few weeks. The last update you should be seeing around the school is that there are going to be green and yellow arrows on our hallway floor. In one direction, there'll be green arrows guiding you down the hallway, and in the opposite direction, there'll be yellow arrows guiding you down the hallway in the opposite direction. These arrows are going to help us keep straight and orderly lines as we're walking in the halls, and they will help us when lining up for transitions out and into classrooms. Let's watch and see some examples of how we'll be walking in the hallways. As you can see here, this class is doing a great job walking on the right side of the hallway, following the yellow arrows down the hall, and staying in a single file line. Diana, could you take us out into the hall, line up on the green line, and stop at the metal in the ground? These students find the green arrows and follow them until the stopping point the teacher told them to stop at, to wait until further directions to move to the next place. As the two groups pass each other, you'll see that they stay on their side of the hallway on the arrows and do not physically interact with each other. If they want to give a silent wave, that's a great option. Miss Millie's class, you guys are looking great in the hallway. Keep up the great work. I'm going to bring you a golden horseshoe. Have a good rest of your day. As you saw in the last video, we want golden horseshoes to be given out even more often. And we want to make it even more special for you to earn golden horseshoes. So teachers, and especially teachers that are walking the halls a lot, like our speech teachers or service providers, and you see whole classes walking in the hall, make sure that you compliment them on their walking and fill out a golden horseshoe like this. Complete the room number or classroom teacher's name. Then be specific on what the Golden Horseshoe was awarded for. If it's walking silently in the hallway, in a single file line, whatever the class did, please fill it out specifically. And don't forget to sign your name so the class knows it's from you. You can always add a special note or drawing to keep the Golden Horseshoe interesting. Students, so that you find earning Golden Horseshoes even more special, we are putting in a special incentive. Starting from today, if your class earns 10 Golden Horseshoes, your teacher should let Ms. Quamina or Ms. Steflik know, and your class will be rewarded with an ice cream treat during lunchtime. Stay tuned to find out what our January PBIS event will be, as well as a competition for our 1, 2, 3 procedure that will be starting in a few weeks. And remember, always be mighty.